For the Exam 1-2 video, I will be explaining the concept of epistasis and the mode of single recessive epistasis using an example. Epistasis is an interaction between two different alleles at two different loci. One of the alleles either masks or modifies the other at another locus. Because of this interaction, multiple different genotypes can lead to the same phenotype. In a normal dihybrid cross, 9 offspring have a dominant allele at both loci, 3 offspring have a dominant allele at the first locus and are homozygous recessive at the second, 3 offspring have a dominant allele at the second locus and are homozygous recessive at the first, and 1 offspring is homozygous recessive at both loci. Thus, there are 4 different genotypes and 4 different phenotypes. However, when there is a dihybrid cross with an epistatic gene, these numbers change. While there are still 4 different genotypes, there are only 2 or 3 phenotypes depending on which of the 6 modes of epistasis that is occurring. One of the modes of epistasis is single recessive epistasis. In this mode, when there is a homozygous recessive allele at one locus, this masks or modifies the expression of the allele at the second locus. When looking at a dihybrid cross, the normal ratio of phenotypes is 9:3 to 3:1, but the single recessive epistatic ratio of phenotypes is 9:3 to 4. This is because when one of the loci is homozygous recessive, it will result in the same phenotype regardless of the genotype at the other locus. This can be further explained by looking at the biochemical pathway for monster horns. When the no-horn precursor gains enzyme A, it turns into a one-horn intermediate. If the intermediate gains enzyme B, it becomes a 3-horn monster. If it does not gain enzyme B, it remains a 1-horn monster. However, when there is no enzyme A, the monster is homozygous recessive for this locus and will remain a no-horn monster regardless if it obtains enzyme B or not. Thus, the offspring ratio for a normal dihybrid cross would be 9 3-horn monsters, 3 1-horn monsters, and 4 no-horn monsters. When looking at a cross that is not dihybrid, for example, big A, big B, against little a, big B, the phenotype ratio for no epistasis would be 8:0 to 8:0, and the ratio for a single recessive epistatic gene would be 8:0 to 8, making both pathways only having 2 different phenotypes.